tell people how we got here today, because it's a really cool story. It's a really interesting story.
It's an interesting story. So long story short, you hit me up in the DMs and you're like, yo, let's chop it up on my podcast. I'd seen some of your clips. You'd had Luca, which is one of my business partners, on here. I saw that you had some dope people, and I was like, yeah, but then you also had some people I'd met, had talked a little bit of shit about me. So I'm like, should I give this guy the time of day? And then you're like, bro, no, it's out of context. Don't take it too seriously. I'm like, all right, sounds good. Let's chop it up. So here we are today, bro.
Yeah, also I'm super excited to have you, man. So maybe as a start, we are still in January 2024.
Yes.
It's the first month of the year. And you wrote to your followers, 2024 is about getting wealthy in finance, health, mindset, relationships. This is the year of abundance in all areas of life. Do you think it's possible to master all of these at the same time, especially when you haven't made it yet?
Define made it. I define made it simply by being alive and by believing that you can become better, by having hope. I think that that's the first step. I think if you just have the perspective that you have opportunity to develop, I think that it's possible, because when you begin to think about wealth by definition, you have this concept, people are like, oh, this is a wealthy man or this is a wealthy family, but they're only talking about money. And wealth by definition isn't money alone, it's abundance. So what are the areas of your life that you're supposed to figure out or continue developing in order to develop this wealthy, well-rounded life? And this idea of, well, are you going to always get to the place of mastery? No, right? There's always somebody that's going to have more money. There's always going to be somebody that's more ripped. There's always going to be somebody that has a better looking girl. It's just inevitable that there's always somebody that's going to have potentially some perspectives or some aspects of their life that are better than yours. But I think having that focus of not being one dimensional, of being like, because you were telling me, hey, dude, I was in business, I traveled the world, lived in all these super mega metropolis, and then I went back home and my health was fucked. So it's like, were you wealthy? You had all these experiences, all these things, but you had a foundational thing that wasn't in check. So I think just having the mental kind of parameters of understanding that you don't have to neglect your health in order to make money. You don't have to not talk to your mom or your parents for 2 years because you're hustling and grinding in the business. No, there's a place of balance, and that's where I would define wealth.